my opinion, the center consoles are much easier. So if you have an SUV or pickup truck that has this in the interior, your head unit is a little bit lower and it doesn't tie in with the pieces going to the cluster as much. So you can see we just started over here. Get your pry tool on the clips and start just prying forward. So the trick is you want everything at room temperature. This plastic is fairly forgiving though, and it's less likely to crack, but we do have to be careful as we work our way around. The most challenging part about removing this is you're going to feel flex. So I'll use one pry tool to create space. Once I have enough space, I will get a more dedicated, stronger pry tool in here. And what the objective is, what you're trying to do is, you can see that these clips over here, they're loading into the HVAC. So you'll notice it's going to pull at the HVAC. And you're pulling at it, you want to get in here and you want to pry to separate the two. And then the final clip, the very bottom center there, it wants to hang up. So once you get enough space, get as much surface area with your fingers and pull forward. From bottom to top, you start removing the 7mm fasteners, and then that will unlock these tabs. They layer on top of the head unit, and when you go ahead and remove these, the head unit will come out. Okay, we got our fasteners all loose. Now we also made sure that the CD is removed. And this will come out. These navigation units are quite heavy. And now we can go ahead and unplug all of the plugs and antennas. So this is what I find with most of these GMs. You'll find all these plugs come out by hand, and these are in there really tight because there's no locking tab for the antenna for the AM/FM. I don't pull on the wire. If this has been weakened due to corrosion or anything, this will pop out and this will stay in. The easiest way I find to take these out is grab pliers and pivot it so you load into the chassis, and it comes out really easy. Just want to show the wiring before we tuck everything away. So good old Link Maestro, it's my go-to integration when it comes to these because we get gauges. I love how they perform, super reliable from taking the remote starter technology. Steering wheel controls always work. Like every single one that I've done always works. So we put shrink tube with glue over RCNs for front. This is our rear camera. This is our front camera. So we were able to integrate with the factory rear. And then all our plugs are over here. I run a relay that is tied to the main power of the head unit. I like the head unit to share power and ground with the camera. This is going to avoid any differentiations in grounds and power voltage drops, and also resistance to ground. That gives me the best possible chance, in my opinion, to get a clear signal to the camera. And then I always run an additional ground off our harnessing over here, and I just hook it up to the subframe.
In the car with my day ones, they're my dogs, yeah, they're my best friends, they're my brothers, yeah, my family.